just getting a piece of that one.
What a great way to start off the month of June weather-wise.
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic out here tonight.
This has been a fun series between HMS and South O'Brien. We'll talk a little more about that here in a moment. Working from the stretch here is Jet Keith. Decent lead for Graves. He's going to go, and getting just a piece of it there and kind of golfing it off. Foul is Ortega. So retreating to first will be Graves. It'll be 0-2 to Jordan Ortega. It's been, like I said, it's been a fun series. It's 12-10 in favor of South O'Brien in the last 22 games.
Wow. All right.
That's way more evened out than some of the other series between the boys teams in these schools. This is a throwback to first. Ooh. Sliding back in feet first is Graves, and he does get back in time, but
that was close.
Throw a little lower. Could be dangerous. 0-2 to Ortega. Let's see if Keith will deliver home here. Not as big of a lead by Graves this time around. And the delivery well outside. Good stop by Dane Moorman. It'll be 1-2 to Jordan Ortega. So as I mentioned, it's 12-10 in favor of South O'Brien in the last 22 games. In the last 4 years, though, HMS had won 4 in a row at one point. Now South O'Brien has won 2 in a row.
Okay.
They won both of them last year 10-1 and I believe 3-1. 1-2, swing and a miss, and there's the strikeout for Jet Keith. So first strikeout of the game for Keith, and that's going to bring up Dawson Skipoff. One away, still a runner at first in Graves. Dawson Skipoff, the center fielder for the Hawks.
Well, in Jet Keith's first outing, he did record 6 strikeouts. Good pitcher. Senior has been around for a while for South O'Brien.
And Keith will get set. And delivers. This one's going to be down that third base line, foul. Snagging at Steffens, and it'll be 0-1 to Dawson Skipoff. Both teams swinging at those first pitches.
Yep.
Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn with the gold uniforms, maroon and white trim this year with the hawk on the back, center of the back. I like that.
I like the uniforms, yes.
New look. South O'Brien with the gray and the black and white trim. This one's going to be swung on, hit pretty solidly into center field. It's down for a hit, and a one-out single puts runners at first and second for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Dawson Skipoff with a hit to center field.
Good piece of hitting there by Dawson. And now HMS has got something going here in the bottom half of the first. First and second, 1 out in a scoreless ball game.
Now Jacob Cates, the catcher for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, a freshman on this varsity squad. No score here. Bottom of the first between the Hawks and the Wolverines in War Eagle Conference baseball this evening. And first pitch on the way. Swung on. Oh, he chased one on the outside corner there. It'll be 0-1 to Cates.
Catcher doing a nice job for South O'Brien, Mormon.
Well, a very good athlete in Dane Mormon. 0-1 here to Jacob Cates. And Keith delivers. And there's that breaking ball. And it caught that inside corner. Now 0-2 to Jacob Cates, the catcher.
Nice pitch.
Runners at first and second for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. 1 out, bottom of the first. And the 0-2 pitch coming up. And well outside, that one did not break. It's actually on the other side of Cates. It'll be 1-2 to Jacob Cates.
Yeah, he had to scoot in towards the plate to avoid being hit.
And Mormon had to go around him on the outside to stop that and avoid the base runners from advancing. 1-2. The pitch, that one's low, now 2-2. So Cates evens the count here for the Hawks. High school sports courtesy of the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake, your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee, and Trimers Insurance. 2-2 to Jacob Cates. 1 out here, bottom of the first. And the pitch, low. Full count, ball gets away from Mormon. They're going to throw down to third. It won't be in time. Good backup by Pete Botchin over there as the ball hopped over the third baseman's glove, Steffens. So it'll be full count here to Jacob Cates. The runners have advanced for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn to second and third. Graves at third, Skipoff at second. 1 out, bottom of the first. No score here in Hartley in War Eagle Conference baseball. And Jet Keith trying to work his way out of a jam here. 3-2 pitch. High pitch, it's going to be fouled off, out of play. right field side towards the bus barn.
Yeah. All right.
South O'Brien has, I call them kind of like the White Sox look. I like it.
Yep.
With the black sleeves and then the gray jerseys. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That looked good, and it is good. Got Cates looking.
A nice
second strikeout there.
Nice pressure pitch there by Jet Keith. He had runners at second and third. A 3-2 count, and he throws a strike and absolutely freezes Cates.
And that is one where I'm sure Coach Jeremy Gloden for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn is saying, hey, we have to be swinging in that scenario.
A chance for Hine to get himself some run support.
Sam Hine looks at a strike here. 0-1 to the HMS pitcher. Another senior on the mound for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn as well. With a couple of hits here on the young season, including a double. 0-1 pitch. Stays a bit high. And inside, 1-1 to Hine. Still at third is Graves. At second is Skipoff. No score here. Bottom of the first between HMS and South O'Brien, and Jet Keith working from the stretch for the Wolverines delivers. That one's going to stay inside as well. 2-1 to Sam Hine.
Good take there by Sam.
Two and one to Sam Hine. Keith gets set. Here comes that 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit into right field. Giving chase is Tyson Wolf, and he will make the catch for out number 3. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, no runs on 2 hits. There were no South O'Brien errors. 2 left on base. We've played 1. No score between South O'Brien and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Back in a minute on Q102 and ExploreKaboji.com.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
A smile reflects your personality, self-confidence, joy, and is the first thing people notice when they see you. Trust the professionals at Van Hopwagen and Munter Family Dentistry to improve and maintain your dental health. Call them at 728-2230 or go to SpencerDentist.com. Van Hopwagen and Munter Family Dentistry in Hartley and Spencer, proud to support our local athletes.
Smellick Law Office in Hartley is proud to stand behind the Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn athletes and students. Smellick Law Office will stand behind you as well. Smellick Law Office in Hartley. Go Hawks!
High school baseball on Q102 and the video stream at ExploreKaboji.com, presented by Lakes Regional Healthcare, Heartland Paint, Glass, and Locksmithing, and Fiesta Foods. No score between HMS and South O'Brien. Top of the second we go. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters for the Wolverines. Trenton Vollink, the right fielder. Wrong lineup there. 4, 5, and 6 for South O'Brien. Dane Mormon, the catcher. Brock Reedham, the first baseman. Caden Steffens, the third baseman. This is only my second broadcast this summer, so
we're still getting into
due
it.
A little. It's number 4 overall for 2021. So
yes.
All right. So Dane Mormon, the catcher, will lead things off for South O'Brien. Again, no score here as we go to the top of the second.
Dane's having a good season through the first 4 games. .417 average.
Excellent.
On base percentage leads the team in that category at .533 and slugging at .667.
Well, he's in the number 4 spot for a reason. He looks at a ball bounce in the dirt before the plate for a 1-0 count, and now Sam Hine will deliver the 1-0. Swing and a miss, got him chasing at that one. Movement on that one for sure, and it's 1-1 to Dane Mormon. Brock Reedman, Caden Steffens will follow for the Wolverines. And the 1-1 pitch. And that breaks in there for strike 2. And there was movement there. That was an outside pitch that just fell right into the lap of Jacob Cates, the catcher.
Yep. It started off a little high, too, and it came down. So nice pitch there by Sam. He's up in the count.
1-2 pitch. And the delivery. Same pitch. This one swung on, hit into left field, though, past the glove of Graves. So that time Mormon wins that battle with a leadoff single for the Wolverines and their second hit of the ballgame.
You know, that's really a good piece of hitting. You got to give credit to Mormon there. Got a courtesy runner, I believe that's 16. But he's down in the count 1-2, and really a nice job of hitting there.
Courtesy runner is Cole Josem. So Brock Riedemann, the first baseman now, with no outs and a runner at first for the Wolverines. And again, Mormon is the catcher, so he gets to have the courtesy runner. Hine works from the stretch, delivers, in there for a strike at the knees.
We got a good crowd on hand here tonight.
It's a huge crowd between both ball games.
I love it.
This is, the biggest one I have seen so far this year. Brock Riedemann, a junior, fouls this one off, 0-2.
Well, when we started to pull in, and we're like, whoa, look at
We're
this
gonna be
parking
a little ways away. And that's not because of construction or anything like that. It's just that full.
To be expected, like you
Absolutely.
said, big rivalry and conference matchup tonight.
0-2 here to Riedemann. And gets him to chase a high one, and there is strikeout number 2 for Sam Hine, and out number 1 of the inning. So 1 out, still a runner at first in Josem, and now Caden Steffens, the third baseman.
Big out there for Hine and for HMS after a leadoff hit.
Steffens has a couple of hits on the year, and South O'Brien trying to extend the inning here. No score here in the top of the second. Still working from the stretch is Hine. Gets set here. Will throw back to first, and good looking throw, but good slide by Josem, who had a big lead, but he got his hand out there before the tag.
Nice little snap tag there by Bronstead,
and
too.
The South O'Brien dugout is giving their own player a little bit of a hard time there. I like that. Perhaps a younger player that gets to have a little. Now they're going to throw back to first again, this time after the pitch, and it won't be in time.
You know, if that throw is a little bit stronger and right to Bronstead at first, I think they had him because he was
big
leaning.
Lead. Very big lead.
Yep. But it kind of went a little bit low.
When you're leaning that wrong way, that can be real difficult to change that momentum.
Yeah.
1-0 here to Steffens.
Decent size lead again. He's testing.
And this will be a high throw. They're going to go back down to first, and throw will be a little low. Bronstead, good job over at first. It'll be 2-0 to Steffens. And I think here, if you're HMS, you got 1 out here. I'd work on this batter here in Caden Steffens. Hine looks back over towards first. They definitely want this runner to get into scoring position. Now they're going to show bunt. It'll stay high again. 3-0 to Steffens.
Well, that courtesy runner's done his job. He's kind of flustered Sam Hine here. And now down in the count to Steffens. 3-0.
Let's see if Steffens has a green light here. He does not. And there's a strike at the knees. 3-1 to Steffens. And if I'm HMS, I think I would throw that exact same pitch here, but we'll see. See how much of a green light Coach Tanner Peterson's giving him here early in a ball game. Shows bunt, and there's going to be high ball 4. So first walk given up by Sam Hine tonight puts runners at first and second with 1 out for Wilson Milan, the third or the right or left fielder rather. Milan, a senior for South O'Brien, 308 average, 4 hits on the year and 13 at bats. Hine could throw back to second. It's a big lead over there. This one's popped up. It, at the moment, is playable. Will it drift out of play? Yes. Just past the HMS dugout. So it'll be 0-1 to Wilson Milan.
Still no score. Top of the second. South O'Brien runners at first and second, 1 out. Oh,
0-1 here to Milan. Again, runners at first and second, as Scott mentioned.
Wow, that's a big lead at
They're
second.
They're going to throw back over, but it won't be in time. Yeah, I think that was more or less just, I'm going to toss it over there to try to get him honest.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be a very healthy lead for Josem. Hein gets set. He'll deliver an 0-1 pitch, bunted well into the air, and the runners are going to be in trouble here because they're going to step on third. So the pitch landed in front of the shortstop over there. Snagging it actually was the third baseman, Keaton Graves. And then hustling over to first was Hein to get the lead runner in Josem because he had to kind of freeze because it was popped up into the air initially.
Yeah, and actually Josem started to, he backtracked and started working his way back to second, thinking he got caught, and he didn't want to get doubled up. And then by that time, the bunt had already landed on the ground, and then the force out at third. So
technically reaching on a fielder's choice there is Milan. Now Caden Lusher, second baseman, looks at ball one. It was outside. Still runners at first and second, but now 2 away.
Right. That's a big second out.
So Hein gets set. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. Swung on third base line. It'll be foul. Scooped up by Coach Peterson and a toss back over to Hein. So it'll be 1-1 to Caden Lusher. No score if you're just joining us here in the top of the second between South O'Brien and HMS, and a 1-1 count to Caden Lusher. Runners at first and second. Now he'll call time. High school sports thanks to Smellick Law Office, Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center, and Bank Midwest. 1-1 to Lusher. And Sam Hein will look home, gets the call from Jacob Cates, and now delivers. And that one won't break for him, and it'll be 2-1 as Lusher ducks underneath of it.
Well, South O'Brien, they've had their chances here in this inning, but this big strikeout by Hein, and then kind of a little bit of a base running, not blunder,
but air, but that bunt into the air didn't help.
Right.
This one's going to be outside, 3-1 to Lusher.
But another ball here, and the bases are going to be loaded. That
makes things real interesting.
Yeah.
There are 2 outs, top of the second. Three and 1. And here comes Hein's pitch. And that's ball 4. It was outside. Second walk given up by Hein. So the bases are loaded here, Scott, for the number 9 batter, Tyson Wolf, a senior for South O'Brien, who in 5 at-bats officially does not have an average yet. He walked a couple of times, had a sacrifice, and was hit by a pitch twice.
Oh, okay.
What are the odds of that?
Ouch.
Early in the year, right?
Right.
So we have a little timeout here as HMS coach Jeremy Glodden's going to chat things over here with bases loaded early in the ball game against a rival South O'Brien squad. No score here, top of the second between the Hawks and the Wolverines, but again, bases loaded for South O'Brien, and Tyson Wolf, the right fielder and the number 9 batter, due up here. And I know for HMS, in terms of the batting order, you just want to make sure you get out of this here against a number 9 batter.
Yeah, you don't want to
go back to the top of the order.
Yeah, you don't want to flip it to the order, right? Flip it to the top.
Softball also happening tonight here in Hartley between these 2 squads, these 2 teams. We'll try to get a score update from there. First pitch on the way to Tyson Wolf. Swung on, hit, scooped by Hein. He'll toss it over to first in time for out number 3. So a 1-3 put out for out number 3, and South O'Brien will strand 3 in the top of the second. No runs on 1 hit. There were a couple of walks, no HMS errors, and again, 3 left on. We've played 1.5. It's no score between South O'Brien and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Back in a minute on Q102.
Hot Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park.
Northwest Bank is top-notch. You may be a one-time customer, you may be a lifetime customer, but they're always going to look out for you and take care of you.
Northwest Bank has the ability to help you do what you need to have done with your mortgage.
To me, probably the number one thing is their ability to get the job done.
Easy to work with, explain things very well, people that you trust and people that you see every day. That type of skill and knowledge sitting behind that desk when you're coming to sign those papers is very important.
I've always trusted Northwest Bank, and I definitely trust them with the biggest purchase we've ever made.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and with the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
Welcome back to the HMS High School Baseball Diamond. We go to the bottom of the second. No score between HMS and South O'Brien for the Hawks. They'll bring up batters 6, 7, and 8. Trenton Vollink, the right fielder, Ben Hawk, second baseman, and Nick Bronstad, the first baseman. Vollink, left-handed batter, facing Jet Keith, who's got a couple of strikeouts through an inning of work. And this one is outside, ball one to Vollink.
And both teams have had their chances. HMS had runners at second and third. South O'Brien last inning, bases loaded. So nobody has scratched one across yet.
1-0 pitch. Well outside, 2-0. You know, these two teams have kind of had to take their lumps in the most difficult 1A conference in the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no doubt about it. This
right.
is a great baseball conference.
It is.
But they are both gotten a couple of nice wins here early in the year. 2-0. That one's going to be golfed down the first baseline foul. 2-1 here to Vollink.
I mean, you got Galen Catholic. You got Remsen St. Mary's.
Yeah. West Sioux.
Akron Westfield, I saw one of their players, Milliner or something, he leads the state in, like, home runs. And,
wow.
And so, yeah, it's just, there's so many good teams.
2-1, well inside. 3-1 now to Vollink. Unity Christian has a good squad this year. And I believe Trinity is pretty competitive as well.
And that's who HMS has tomorrow is Trinity.
Yeah.
Right back here.
There are no easy nights in this conference. 3-1 pitch on the way. And kind of half went, and the official agreed, and it's going to be full count here to Vollink. MMCRU beat both of these teams, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, they did.
And they've been competitive. Yeah, this conference is very good. So any wins you can get, you know, just as a confidence boost early in the year will help. That one's going to be in the dirt, ball 4 to Vollink, and there will be the first walk given up by Jet Keith, and you give up that leadoff walk.
Yeah.
Bad things can happen. Maybe not quite to the extent that our pal Clyde Erkey would argue with softball, but bad things can happen in baseball too, especially high school baseball, where it's really a hitter's game. This is going to bring up Ben Hawk, second baseman for the Hawks. And that one is inside for ball 1. Ben Hawk, senior with a 200 average, couple of hits in 10 at-bats. HMS batting .306 as a team on the young year. South O'Brien 267. I know improved batting average was a goal for HMS coming into this year. This one's going to be kind of golfed at. It'll be dribbled towards short. Opportunity for 2. They will not get it. They get the lead runner at second in Vollink. So it'll be a 6-4 put out there for out number 1, and Hawk will reach on a fielder's choice.
Well, I really thought that Botchin was going to step on the bag and then fire.
I did too, but he flipped over instead to Lusher, and then Lusher not able to get it to first in time.
I think if Botchin in one motion steps on the bag and fires, I think they have a shot at double play there.
And that's one of those things where maybe after a few more weeks of practice, he will do that on the year. Nick Bronstad, as they throw back to first, not in time. Hawk is back there safely.
Yeah, last time I saw Nick, he was at the state wrestling tournament.
That's right.
Yeah, last time I saw him anyways. I don't know, was he out for spring sports? I'm not sure.
No, I don't believe so. Pitch on the way, swung on, hit, and unable to snag it there is Keith. Will they get the lead runner at second? No. Instead, he's going to try to go to third, and he's going to be out.
I think they got a double play there, JJ.
They did. So what happened is they didn't get the runner at second initially, I believe.
Right.
So they threw to first to get Bronstead 6-3 for out number 2. And then on his way around second, they get Ben Hawk, so it's a 3-5 put out.
Yes.
For out number 3.
Yes. Double play ends the inning.
Wow. A unconventional double play.
Yeah, for sure.
No runs, no hits, there were no errors, nobody left on. We've played 2. There's no score between HMS and South O'Brien. Back in a minute, Q102.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
We go to the top of the third, and South O'Brien will have their 1-2-3 batters. Pete Botchin will lead things off in a scoreless ball game here in Hartley. And the first pitch, strike at the knees to Pete Botchin, the shortstop. He grounded out to the pitcher for the on the first pitch of the ball game, actually. Again, no score between the Wolverines and the Hawks in War Eagle Conference baseball. Here's the 0-1 to Botchin, and there's that curveball.
Man, that started like letter high and it just dropped.
Yeah, that breaking ball has some movement. Botchin Jr. facing an 0-2 count. And swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 3 for Sam Hine to start this third inning.
That's a 3-pitch strikeout there for Hine.
Micah Davis now, he has 1 of 2 hits for South O'Brien. Single into right back in the first inning. Again, we're on Q102 tonight and also our video stream at explorekoboji.com. You can also watch on the CF video channel at home if you got a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick. First pitch, strike at the knees to Micah Davis, a senior batting .308 on the year, Scott. Has 4 hits and 13 at-bats.
South O'Brien going through their lineup the second time, so they've seen Sam at least once.
And a 1-0-1 pitch, rather, coming up to Davis, stays high. Now a ball and a strike to the South O'Brien center fielder.
Well, both teams no runs on 2 hits through the first 2 innings. So we're tied at 0 here in the top half of the third.
Pitchers have been doing a good job of getting out of the jams. Here's the 1-1. This one's going to be swung on, hit toward short. Snagged by Ortega. Can he get it to first? He cannot quite in time. Throw a little off the mark to Bronstead. Now here we go, Scott Nolte. He did stop it. I think he had the time.
Yeah, that was...
I got to go throwing area.
Yeah. It was a little deep in the hole, but I think you set a little bit and then fire. Then if he beats it out, you count it as a single, but... I agree with you, JJ.
Davis reaches on an error there. Jet Keith, now the pitcher, can help his own cause with 1 away and a runner at first in a scoreless ballgame. They'll throw back to first, and Davis will slide back safely, calls for time. We'll thank some more sponsors, Raveling Incorporated and Van Hofwegen and Munter Family Dentistry, making our broadcast possible throughout the year. Breeze blowing in out of the southeast, ever so lightly. Very nice here in Hartley. Very comfortable temperatures.
Oh, yes.
In, I would say, upper 60s now. And they're going to hit Jet Keith, and now things have kind of fallen off the rails a little bit here for HMS and Sam Hine, who has runners at first and second now with 1 out for the cleanup hitter Dane Mormon, who had a single to left in his first at-bat. And a single here could theoretically score Micah Davis.
Yeah, dangerous hitter here for South O'Brien. Hine, he started off the inning with a nice strikeout, but has ran into some trouble here the last 2 batters.
So let's see what Hine does here with Jet Keith at first and Micah Davis at second. Dane Mormon batting .417 on the year, a sophomore for South O'Brien. And the first pitch, swing and a miss, big cut, strike one. So that was the definite duel right there. Who's going to win that battle?
He was looking to drive that one into the
he
softball field.
He didn't miss it by much. 0-1 here to Mormon. Now Hine looks home, gets the call from Jacob Cates. Now calling time is Mormon.
Yeah, Hine took a little extra time trying to get the signal there from Cates. Then he was also kind of focused on the base runners, so Mormon stepped out.
So Hine gets set, delivers the pitch, gets him to chase an outside one there. Now 0-2 here to Mormon, and he had him in a 1-2 count the last time around, and then Mormon won that battle.
Good 2-strike hitter.
As he hit a breaking ball the last time around into left field. Average lead for both runners. 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. That one's going to stay high. Now a ball and 2 strikes to Mormon. I believe that breaking ball didn't break.
Yeah, not a bad job there by Hine. You got some pitches to work with here.
Absolutely. So. I wouldn't give him anything good for a while here.
Right.
1-2 pitch.
That's good.
And got him at the knees looking.
That one absolutely froze Mormon. Great pitch by Hine for out number 2. What a big strikeout.
And you could tell Mormon just kind of knew right after it happened, like, oh.
Yeah.
So 2 outs now for South O'Brien. Still runners at first and second for Brock Riedemann, who struck out in his first at bat. Sophomore only has actually has no official at bat. Just a run scored so far is all, and he looks at ball 1 in the dirt.
Still no score here, top of the 3rd.
At second is Davis. At first is Jet Keith. And the pitch. Ooh, got him to chase that one. A little off speed, perhaps.
Wow.
1-1.
Riedemann was way out in front of that one.
Yes. He would have made you and me look silly, I know that much.
Oh, yeah.
1-1 to Brock Riedemann. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
So he goes.
Change up to the heater.
He brings the gas that time.
Good luck trying to figure out that speed.
Right.
1-2. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Hine gets set. Delivers. Swing and a miss, and I think that was a changeup again, Scott.
Yeah, so he goes off speed, gas, and off speed. And nice job by Sam Hine to strike out Mormon and Riedemann after he gave up runners at first and second.
No runs, no hits. There was an error by HMS, 2 left on base. We've played 2.5, no score between the Hawks and the Wolverines. Back in a minute. Q102.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames in the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Hi, this is Kayleen, the service manager at Okoboji Motor Company. 2020 has been a year of change and uncertainty. Our hours are the same, Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have the same experienced staff you've learned to trust to care for your vehicle needs. We will continue to support our communities and our schools because we care about you, our customers. Our service department is constantly running specials. Check them out at okobojigmtoyota.com. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay loyal, as we will for you. Thank you. Okoboji Motor Company, Service Department.
Welcome you back to Hartley, to the HMS High School Baseball Diamond. No score between South O'Brien and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Bottom of the 3rd we go. And it'll be the 9-1-2 batters for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, Left fielder Keith DeBoer will lead things off, wearing number 8 tonight, still facing Jet Keith, the Wolverines hurler. And he'll waste little time. And here comes pitch number 1. And this one swung on and hit into center field. It'll drop in for a hit. And a leadoff hit for Keith DeBoer. Well, saw a fastball down the middle, Scott, and said, that's my pitch.
Yep, good job. You might not see another one throughout the sequence, so a nice little blooper into shallow center. And you'll take that from your number 9 hitter as it goes back to the top lineup.
And Keaton Graves, who had kind of a bunt single to start the ball game.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Was an infield single. First pitch, outside, ball 1.
HMS maybe looking to strike first. No score here, bottom of the 3rd.
Graves, a junior, with that 500 average on the year. Bats from the left side of the plate. 1-0 count, throw back to first, not in time.
You know, both pitchers have done a nice job of, they've gotten into some trouble, but then they've gotten out of it. So they've done a nice job of recuperating.
Absolutely. This one's well in the dirt. Good stop by Dane Moorman. Keeps that runner in Graves over at first. It'll be a 2-0 count to Keaton Graves.
Very athletic catcher.
We mentioned how, this conference is really just a dogfight. As this pitch is going to go outside, 3-0 to Graves. But one thing I really like about HMS's decision to come to this conference, now about a decade ago, was that this becomes conference games. And
yes.
You get to see South O'Brien twice a year in a lot of sports. And that's a rivalry that had gone away. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. And yeah, Graves did not get the green light there all the way.
No, he's just taken.
He didn't even attempt to swing at that. And in fact, he was barely in the hitter's stance when the ball came across the plate. 3-1, but does swing at that one and is well behind it. So Moorman working his way back, or Jet Keith rather, working his way back to a full count here against Keaton Graves. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit towards third. Double play ball coming up. No, they're going to get the lead runner at second, though, as the ball was thrown at the ground. It was a nice job by Caden Lusher of just kind of basically pinning the ball to the ground and getting the lead out. So they're going to get DeBoer on a 5-4 putout and reaching on a fielder's choice, Keaton Graves.
You mentioned some of the baseball teams in this conference. Well, Remsen St. Mary's and Galen Catholic, they're actually playing tonight.
I bet that's a good one.
And Remsen St. Mary's leads 1-0 after 2 innings.
This is Jordan Ortega with one away and a runner at first. And that one will get by the catcher Mormont. And down to second scoots Keaton Graves. So I'm going to go on a pass ball. He gets down to second. Last year, if I recall correctly, Remsen St. Mary's went into might have been a sub-state game even against Galen Catholic. And Galen Catholic had a little bit better than 500 record, but it was like a 1-run ball game at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's always a rivalry that's a good ball game. This one's going to be fouled back to the fence. And Scott, that is why I do not park by the fence.
You parked in a safe zone?
I am way down by the highway.
Okay. You should be good there.
1-1 to Ortega. Runner at second in Graves. One out here, top of the third, or bottom of the third, scoreless ball game. He golfs at that one and misses. It's 1-2 now to Jordan Ortega, who struck out in his first at bat, the junior, at a 375 average, though, for HMS. And one of these kids that's had quite a bit of time here playing baseball now. 1-2 pitch on the way. Popped up into right field, shallow right field. Giving chase is the second baseman, Lusher, at the grass, and having to stay put at second is Keaton Graves. So good play by Lusher to get that second out, and he had to move.
Yes, he did.
He was near the foul territory, actually, by the time it was all said and done. We're going to have a little chat here from South O'Brien head coach Tanner Peterson and Jet Keith. Potentially going to see a new pitcher even here maybe, or they're just going to conference.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they maybe put Skip-Off on base.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Skip-Off hit it right up the middle.
He did.
In his first at-bat. And there is first base sitting there open with 2 outs.
Right. Which would create a force at first, second, or third.
Third, yeah. And also allow them then to face Jacob Cates instead, who's a much younger athlete.
We'll see what their decision is here.
Or maybe they'll just not give him anything too great to hit at.
2 outs, bottom of the third, no score.
Both teams got a couple of wins on this young season, and I think they're both kind of feeling like, hey, maybe we're turning a corner program-wise based on some early success and thinking this is an important game
early on
in the year.
Sure.
So first pitch on the way to Dawson Skip-Off. And that is hit very solidly into left field, and it is down for a hit to the fence. Rounding third will be Graves, and HMS takes a 1-0 lead, and going for 3 now is Skip-Off. He'll slide in safely.
Well, they didn't listen to my advice there, JJ.
No, they didn't. And what are you going to go, RBI triple?
I am.
That's what I'm going with.
HMS is on the board first, 1-0. Bottom of the third, and Skip-Off legs out a triple. Boy, he can fly.
He can. That is now the 4th hit of the ball game for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Runner at third with the 2 outs, and here is Jacob Cates, struck out in his first at-bat, looks at a ball. So 1-0 to Cates.
I was really surprised. I really was. The way Skip-Off hit it the first time, and the first base was open with 2 outs. I just really thought they were going to intentionally walk him there.
1-1 here to Cates. And maybe that was more of a defensive, thing there. I don't know, but yeah, that was hit very solidly. 1-1 to Cates. Swung on down the third base line, and it'll be fair. And Cates will get an RBI single to make it 2-0 Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Good hustle by, I believe, Botchin, the shortstop, who went behind as that got away from the third baseman, Caden Steffens. Now, are you going to call an RBI single there?
I am. I think
it got by the third baseman.
Yeah, and it almost kind of looked like it caught part of the third base bag there. We got a courtesy runner number 10 for HMS. And I have that as Tyson Tessum.
Okay, so Tessum over at first for HMS. There are 2 outs as Skip-Off scores from third. HMS now leading 2-0 here. Bottom of the third inning.
This was with 2
Sam
outs.
Hine, yeah. A lot of this manufactured there with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Sam Hine, the pitcher, can help his own cause here. First pitch, well outside. Good stop by Mormon, the catcher. It'll be 1-0 to Hine, a senior for HMS. 222 average so far. Couple of hits in 9 at-bats. Tessum, pretty healthy lead over at first with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch, fouled off. It'll be 1-1 here to Hine.
Uh-oh. Ooh. The way the crowd moaned and groaned. Somebody's insurance company might be called tomorrow.
That's not what you want to hear. 1-1, they're going to throw back to first. Not in time. High school sports thanks to Prinz Insurance and Hartley Hometown Pharmacy. So 1-1 to Hine.
Prinz Insurance might be getting a call tomorrow.
They might be. Yes. Yes. 1-1. Good plug, wasn't it? 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 by Hine as he swung at a high fastball. That was not intentional, but could have been. In fact, that's something we really should do.
Right.
Every time a windshield's broke, it's a swing and a miss, and he got Hine to chase there. Strikeout number 3 recorded by Jet Keith as he'll get out of the inning here, but Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn does some damage. Couple of runs on, I believe, now 3 hits in that inning. They have 5 hits so far in the ball game, There were no errors by South O'Brien, 1 left on base. We've played 3-2-0 HMS over South O'Brien. Back in a minute on Q102.
Support your local community and independently owned Hartley Hometown Pharmacy. Shopping locally at Hartley Hometown Pharmacy means keeping the money in the community with tax income and supporting the local workforce and suppliers. Hartley Hometown Pharmacy, located at Fiesta Foods in Hartley.
Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIAbone.com.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
For the freshest meat selection and best value in the area, head to Fiesta Foods in Hartley. Go to fiestafoodshartley.com and click on register. There you can sign up to have a weekly ad and box beef prices emailed directly to you. Find the best cuts of quality meat at Fiesta Foods in Hartley and fiestafoodshartley.com.
Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads South O'Brien 2-0 here in Hartley in War Eagle Conference baseball. And for the Wolverines in the top of the fourth, they'll go with the 6, 7, 8 batters. Third baseman Caden Steffens, left fielder Wilson Milan, and second baseman Caden Lusher.
Nice job by HMS in the bottom of the third, scoring both of those runs with 2 outs. Skip off the big triple, Cates the single, and here we are, 2-0.
Lusher reached on a walk in his first at-bat. Still facing Sam Hine. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit batter so far. A couple of hits given up, and that one right down the middle for a strike to Caden Steffens.
Sam's done a nice job, and I've said this earlier, though. You know, he could get into a little trouble, or maybe his defense would have an error, but then he'd come back and battle, and hasn't given up any runs yet.
That ball had some movement on it, and it's 0-2 to Steffens as he chases that one. So 0-2 to Steffens. He was stranded at third in the second inning when South O'Brien loaded the bases. Each team has missed some opportunities. Swing and a miss, and there's strikeout number 6 for Sam Hine.
You go back to the third inning for Sam. That's now 3 strikeouts in a row. So he's starting to find his groove here in the top half of the fourth.
Wilson Milan now, left fielder for South O'Brien, reached on a fielder's choice, stranded at second in the second. Little black bugs have made their return for the year.
Yep.
Fouled this one back, did Milan, 0-1.
They're back.
I just about found one in my mouth there. What is that crawling? Ugh. That's the only downfall to calling outside baseball. 0-1. That's when it's golfed at. It's going to go foul. They're going to say, I think it hit the plate.
Yeah.
Or inside the batter's box, one of the two. So it'll be 0-2 here to Wilson Milan with nobody on and 1 out for the Wolverines offense here in the top of the fourth.
I think what happened is he chopped it, and the ball came up and actually hit him as he was still in the batter's box. So strike 2.
0-2 count. A little low. It'll be 1-2 here to Milan. Breeze has picked up here in Hartley out of the southeast a little bit. Nothing major. Not going to really alter anything too much, although if you hit it to left center field, that might aid you. That's going to be a change-up that's going to catch him, and, oh, Milan knew it too.
He did. He was already running back to the dugout. Oh, what a pitch by Hine. 4 strikeouts in a row.
And now Caden Lusher, the second baseman, reached via the walk in the second and was stranded at first. Nobody on for South O'Brien. Top of the fourth. Picturesque night for some high school baseball. And the pitch. Now, breaking ball stayed a bit high. 1-0. Busy sports schedule this week on the family of stations. Pitch on the way. That's a strike at the knees. 1-1 here to Lusher. They're in tournaments on the Minnesota side of things in baseball and softball. Our sister stations up there were busy with games this afternoon. We'll be busy with games the rest of the week as well, including some softball tomorrow night. More on that in a moment. Here's the 0-1 or 1-1, and that's going to stay inside now. 2-1 to Caden Lusher. Tomorrow night, softball with Sheldon and at Okoboji here on Q102. Also video streaming at exploreokoboji.com. 2-1 to Caden Lusher. And the pitch on the way. Ooh, chased a high one there. 2-2 now to Lusher.
Nice pitch there by Hine. He's trying to strike out the side here in the fourth.
And the 2-2. Low. Full count now to Lusher. Thursday we'll have War Eagle versus Lakes Conference softball over on KUO. West Sioux travels to Spirit Lake at 7. And you'll have baseball on Y100 Thursday at 7:30 with Okoboji at Emmetsburg.
Should be some fun games this week.
It should be a pretty good baseball game.
Yeah.
3-2 to Caden Lusher. Nobody on. 2 outs, top of the fourth for South O'Brien. They trail HMS 2-0. And the full count pitch stays inside. There's ball 4. So good at bat by Lusher. Gets South O'Brien a base runner here with 2 outs, and the number 9 batter Tyson Wolf, who grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat.
Second time that Lusher has walked tonight. So that is,
he's 2 of the 3 walks.
Yeah. But Hines still has 2 outs in the inning. HMS leading 2-0 in the fourth.
And first pitch will miss, ball 1. 1-0 to Wolf. Hine looks back towards first. Pretty healthy lead for Lusher. Now gets set and delivers. There's that breaking ball, but it doesn't break as much as he would like it. It'll be 2-0 to Tyson Wolf.
This was the same situation in the second inning with runners on and 2 outs. You don't want to get back to the top of the lineup.
2-0 to Wolf, swing and a miss, big cut there. Wolf, a senior for South O'Brien. As we mentioned, he officially does not have an average yet because he walked twice, was hit by a couple pitches. This one's going to be fouled off.
Grounded out earlier tonight.
Yep, so I guess technically you're at the 0 for there. 2-2. For Tyson Wolf, I think he scored a couple of runs this year. Well, no, check that he has not yet. 1 sacrifice in there. 2 outs, runner at first. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. 3-2 now to Wolf. Throw it back down to first. And kind of hopping over the glove of the first baseman Bronstead is Caden Lusher. I wouldn't call it acrobatic, but he got the job done.
He got back there safely. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Right.
3-2 to Wolf.
Big pitch here.
Now he's kind of like taunting him a little bit with some claps. Here's the pitch, hit pretty solidly into center field. Giving chase is Skip Off, and he'll get underneath of it for out number 3. There's the wheels of Skip Off again for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. This time he helps them out defensively. South O'Brien, no runs on no hits, no errors by HMS, 1 left on. We've played 3.5. It's 2-0. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn back in a minute on Q102.
To heavy jobs and major projects, turn to the pros at Raveling Incorporated in Melvin. They have powerful hydraulic cranes to give you the lift you need, with cranes from 30 to 300 tons with 320-foot tip height. Raveling also has forklifts, industrial and heavy equipment movers with specialized trailers. Call 712-736-2596 for service in Esterville, Emmetsburg, Algona, Spencer, and Storm Lake areas. Call Rick at 712-209-0190. Raveling Incorporated, serving the area for 41 years, Melvin, Iowa.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
To the bottom of the fourth inning we go. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn is leading South O'Brien 2-0 in War Eagle Conference Baseball this evening on Q102, as well as the video stream at explorecabogie.com. You can watch at Explore Cabogie on YouTube or on Facebook. Or you can also watch on our CF Video channel. Just search the letters CF and Video on Roku or Amazon Fire Stick. HMS will have Trenton Vollink, the right fielder, lead things off, and the first pitch is inside, ball one to Vollink, who walked and was thrown out at second on a force play in the second. And HMS leading 2-0. Vollink will be followed by Ben Hawk, the second baseman, Nick Bronstead, the first baseman. It's the 6, 7, 8 batters for the Hawks here, bottom of the fourth. And here comes a 1-0 pitch to Vollink, and that'll actually get in there, strike at the letters.
Okay.
Well, it moved into the plate, and it was right at that chest-high level. I like when the umpires at least just consistently says if it's close, it's going to be a strike.
Right.
That one is well outside, though, to Vollink 2-1 now.
And we got viewers, JJ, as far as New York.
We do.
Tonight.
We're getting tweets from New York. We love it. We love to have folks watching online. 2-1 to Vollink. Pitch on the way. Stays outside. 3-1 to Trenton Vollink. And HMS leads 2-0 here. Bottom of the fourth. We've made it through the halfway point of the ball game now.
And we're about an hour into our broadcast.
Doing pretty good.
Yep.
The pitch swung on. Chopper.
Tough play.
Knocked down by Keith. Can he get it to first in time? He cannot. I'm going infield single.
Yep. He had to come off the mound, try to glove it, throw across.
And the speed of Vollink worked in HMS's favor there. And so HMS with a base runner here, nobody out, bottom of the fourth for Ben Hawk. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second and then was out on a double play, actually, over at third. 1-0 here to Ben Hawk. Senior for HMS. Multiple sport athlete. 1-0. This one's going to be hit into right field, down for a hit. And HMS will have runners at first and second.
Nice job there by Ben, going opposite way, taking the pitch. And HMS, a nice start here to the bottom of the fourth, already leading 2-0, and they've got 2 on, nobody out.
7 hits in the ball game for the Hawks. Now Nick Bronstead. Bronstead grounded out in his first at-bat. Gets the sign here from Coach Jeremy Gloden over at third. Coach Ebel over at first. Pretty good lead for Ben Hawk there. Vollink over at second. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch in there for a strike to Bronstead. HMS already leading 2-0, trying to add to that lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Both of these teams with a couple of wins, trying to get to that third win of the year. And the pitch, that one's going to stay low. 1-1 to Nick Bronstead.
Bronstead was a part of that double play in that second inning that ended up ending the inning.
It's kind of a goofy deal. I think it was like bunted almost into the air. And that one's going to stay outside. Another good stop by Dane Mormon. 2-1 here to Bronstead. Yeah, he kind of bunted at it, and then it went up into the air, so the runners had to kind of halfway freeze. And then they ended up throwing him out, if I recall correctly. That one's in there for a strike.
Good pitch there by Jet Keith.
Very good pitch, because that evens that count up here, and now he's got an opportunity to try to get an out at the plate that they need. Keith gets set and delivers. Foul back. We'll do it again. That one only made it to the fence.
Yeah.
But man, oh man.
The gatekeeper over there.
Yeah, Mr. Lydiak. He's getting a little wake-up call if he's not careful. 2-2. And here comes Keith's pitch. Swung on and hit over towards short. They'll go to third to get will they get him? Yes.
Oh.
And the only reason why I think they did get him is because Volling kind of overran the bag a little bit. So I'm going to go, 6-5 for out number 1. Reaching on a fielder's choice is Bronstead. Still runners at first and second now with 1 out for Keith DeBoer. He had a single up the middle to start off that good third inning for HMS. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-0 HMS, and South O'Brien's going to conference here.
You know, going back to that last play by the shortstop Botchin, really good decision, I think, to go with the lead runner and get the force. You could have maybe tried for 2, but who knows if you're going to get it. Maybe you only get the 1 out at second. Then you've got the runner in scoring position at third.
Yeah,
so
and you have the awkward situation where the runner at first is going to advance pretty much,
right.
Barring some sort of strange ordeal.
So I think that was a smart decision. That was a heads-up play by Pete Botchin at short.
Absolutely. So 1 out for South O'Brien defensively. HMS has the runners at first and second here, bottom of the 4th. And already the 2-0 lead. And if you're the Hawks, you're saying, we just need a base hit here to get another run on the board and to help out our pitcher, Sam Hine, who's done a nice job so far.
And we have a swap here.
So South O'Brien's going to bring a new pitcher in, and that was the second time their head coach, Tanner Peterson, had went to the mound. So our new pitcher is number 12 for South O'Brien.
That would be shortstop, Pete Botchin.
Pete Botchin.
So then Keith goes to short. It's just a clean swap there.
Well, I like that. I don't know about you, but
no, I appreciate that.
I appreciate that on a lot of levels. So 6 becomes 1, 1 becomes 6. Couple little adjustments on our score sheet. And so the line is not quite closed yet.
Not quite.
On Jet Keith.
But he does go 3 1/3.
He will still be charged any runs that come in so far this inning. But yeah, 3 1/3 for him. And he's given up the 5, 6, 7 hits in the ballgame. So far, the 2 runs charged in, 3 strikeouts and a walk. So here's Keith DeBoer. Again, he singled up the middle in his first at-bat back in the 3rd inning. Runners at first and second with 1 out. And the pitch is going to stay inside for ball 1. The new pitcher, Pete Botchin for South O'Brien.
I got some numbers on him if you want me to.
Go ahead. He's got a 1-0 count here, working from the stretch. Licks home to Dane Mormon. And he will deliver. That'll stay low, 2-0.
All right, Pete has been involved in 3 games. He started 1, 0-1 record, 8 2/3 of innings, and he has an ERA of 4.04.
So he's doing some of the relieving work for South O'Brien. That one will stay a little low again. Now 3-0 to DeBoer. And HMS is thinking, bases loaded for the top of the order. We would take that. Let's see how much of a green light Keith DeBoer gets here. Number 9 spot for HMS batting order-wise. And that pitch is going to be low, ball 4.
That is a 4-pitch walk right out of the gates for Pete Botchin.
Botchin maybe needed a few more throws there, I think.
Yeah.
Hawk down to 3rd, Bronstad to 2nd, and DeBoer at first now for HMS. So bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, already 2-0 HMS. If you're just joining us, top of the order now, Keaton Graves. Had an infield single in the 1st and reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the 3rd. The pitch, outside corner caught for strike 1. So Botchin finds the strike zone there.
This is a chance for the Hawks to really blow it open here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And really give their pitcher some insurance. The pitch on the way. Oh, and he chases that one. 0-2 here to Graves.
2-0 Hawks lead, bottom of the 4th.
0-2 to Graves. Botchin wastes little time. Well outside now, 1-2. High school sports thanks to MHR Insurance. Also Northwest Iowa Bone Joint and Sports Surgeons and IGL Teleconnect. It's 1-2 to Keaton Graves with the bases loaded. And he'll swing at a high fastball. Will it fall in? No. It'll be caught by the left fielder, Milan. The runner has to go back, and so everybody will stay put. So it'll just be an F7 for out number 2. He chased an outside fastball and got a good poke at it, but hit right at Milan.
Yeah, HMS coach not happy with Hawk at third. Hey, 1 out. Stay at the bag, and we can tag.
Now here's Jordan Ortega, and that's in there for a strike. Ortega 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a strikeout.
Instead, Hawk on contact was about 3/4, 60% down the line. He had to come back to third.
Yep.
By that time, the ball was already into shortstop.
The 0-1. High. 1-1 to Ortega.
And in a 2-0 ball game, that's not necessarily enough. I mean,
no.
The more runs against a rival, the better.
Absolutely. Here's the 1-1, and that'll catch the corner on the inside part. Woo. 1-2 here to Ortega, and now he'll have to protect. And Botchin saying, let's get out of this. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt.
Well, the bases are loaded here.
2-0 HMS. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs. Deuces are wild. Botchin winds up and delivers. Low. Full count to Ortega. So Jordan has battled back here at the plate. Let's see what happens here. A walk scores a run. Nowhere to put him. And here comes the 3-2 pitch from Botchin. Popped up. It'll get out of play behind us. So we'll do the 3-2 again. Everybody has, of course, a good lead. They're going to go on contact.
And Hawk
They're going to go after the throw, I should say.
Yep.
Yeah, Hawk at third. He was near home.
Right. Well, here comes the 3-2 again.
And that one's going to be hit. Snagged over by Jet Keith. Can he get to first in time? He does. Good throw by Jet Keith off the hop. 6-3 put out ends the threat and ends the inning. HMS, no runs on a couple of hits. No South O'Brien errors. 3 left on base. Botchin gets the final 2 outs of the inning. HMS still leads South O'Brien 2-0, top of the 5th in a minute, Q102.
On a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires, cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
Insurance is all about relationships. It's built on trust and getting to know our clients. We want to know about you.
We try to sell more than just a policy. In essence, we're selling ourselves, and in that regard, I feel we have a very good product.
You might say, well, everybody has people, but we have people. And we have people who love their jobs and are passionate about what they do.
The producer or the accounting department or the receptionist at the desk, they want to see that customer taken care of.
South O'Brien goes to the top of the order in the top of the 5th, trailing HMS 2-0. It'll be Pete Botchin leading things off. He's now pitching tonight. Started at short for the Wolverines. Looks at a ball in the dirt from Sam Hine for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch shows bunt. Ooh, and I think he got a piece of that well above his head. It'll be 1-1 here to Pete Botchin. Micah Davis, Jet Keith will follow. Softball update. South O'Brien leads HMS top of the 7th, 4-2. pretty good softball game as well.
That's a good one.
1-1 to Pete Botchin. And 2-0 HMS here on the baseball side of things. And the pitch. And that one will get by Jacob Cates. It'll be 2-1 to Pete Botchin.
Final line on Jet Keith for South O'Brien. He goes 3 1/3. He gives up 2 runs on 7 hits. Struck out 3, walked 1.
And
Foul
that one will be fouled off. So we got 2-2 here to Pete Botchin.
Boy, and I tell you what, giving up just those 2 runs could have been a lot more.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially in that 4th inning.
Credit to Botchin for getting out of the jam. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to be high, ball 3. And even though it's 2-0 HMS, getting out of that jam for South O'Brien, this is a game of momentum, and right now I think the momentum is on their side. Here's a 3-2, and he's going to hit him.
Well, either a hit by pitch, or the walk. I mean, it was inside anyway, so leadoff batter for South O'Brien on board.
And the heart of the order due up now, Micah Davis. He's reached base twice, once via the error and once via a single to right. So Davis will try to at least advance Botchin here. 2-0 HMS, and Davis will look at a high fastball for strike one. Well, I like that that's been consistently called all night.
Yeah.
That fastball at the letters, they're going to say that's a strike. And an 0-1 pitch here to Micah Davis. Hine working from the stretch. Botchin with a lead over at first. Pitch on the way. And getting a piece of it there is Davis. It'll be 0-2 to the South O'Brien center fielder. No courtesy runner for Botchin over at first. Coach Tanner Peterson must like the wheels over there the way it is.
Botchin did start off as a shortstop. Time now called.
Time for us to say thanks to some sponsors: Northwest Bank, the Hut Bar and Grill, and Consumers Lumber Company. 0-2 to Micah Davis. Nobody out, runner at first for South O'Brien, top of the 5th. The 0-2, and right down the pipe. Got him looking.
Beautiful pitch by Sam Hine, and that is strikeout number 8.
And it'll be one away, runner at first for Jet Keith. Now the shortstop for South O'Brien was hit by a pitch in the 3rd and stranded at first and struck out looking in the 1st. Hine still working from the stretch. Fouls this one back, does Jet Keith, for an 0-1 count.
Still a 2-0 ball game for the Hawks. HMS Hawks in the top of the 5th.
We'll have HMS softball on the airwaves next Wednesday. I'll make the trip to Hinton. That'll be here on Q102 around 7.
That'll be fun.
That will be fun. And I'll get to heckle my sibling at the same time. The 0-1, this one's going to be hit into left. Giving chase is DeBoer. Foul. And it was at the fence, and it wasn't foul by a whole lot.
No.
A couple feet. That was a good-looking poke out there by Jet Keith. It'll be an 0-2 count now to the South O'Brien shortstop.
Yeah, he turned on that one.
Yeah, whether she's ready for that or not, I hope she sets me up near her dugout. 0-2. And pretty good lead at first by Pete Botchin. The 0-2 pitch stays high. They'll throw back to first.
Close.
Ooh, and underneath it in time is Botchin. I think he was underneath.
Yeah.
Ooh, but that was a good tag, though, by Nick Bronstedt over at first.
So next Wednesday, is that a family affair, or are you just going over?
I think it's just. Okay. I'm sure my parents will be there, but it's just me.
Okay.
As far as I know, going at this point in time. The 1-2. Ooh, got him to chase. They'll throw back down to first. Not in time. And that'll be a strikeout to Jet Keith. And strikeout number 9 for Sam Hine recorded. And 2 outs now with a runner at first for Dane Mormon, the catcher. Well, this is the guy who South O'Brien wants up In this scenario, they would really like to get that runner in scoring position for Dane Mormon if they could in a 2-0 HMS lead. And we're going to have a little chat here. I don't know what Coach
is pitch
Logan
count.
Do. Pitch count could be the issue here in the 5th.
Or does he have a couple more? I'm not sure, but because Sam's pitching well.
Pitching very well.
So the only reason would be a pitch count.
And this might be, I believe, the last trip that that Coach Gloden can make to the mound here before he has to, make a pitching change.
Right. So they're still talking things over here at the pitcher's mound area. 2-0 Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn in the 5th.
Dane Mormon, the catcher for South O'Brien. A single to left and a strikeout so far tonight. And it's going to still be Sam Hine on the mound here. And I'm sure HMS at the bare minimum would like to get through the 5th inning with him before they got to make a move to the bullpen, just given the way that he's been pitching.
I saw the coach hold up 2 fingers. I don't know if that means it's second time out or if he has like 2 pitches left, which means he can finish this batter if that's the case.
Outside ball 1 to Dane Mormon. And a good stop by Cates.
Guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. I'd love to see those pitch count machines pop up on all these scoreboards, but that's not necessarily feasible at every ballpark right now. The 1-0 popped up, shallow center field, skip off, and actually it'll be the shortstop Ortega retreating into shallow center field to record the out and end the inning. South O'Brien, no runs on no hits. There were no HMS errors, 1 left on base. We played 4.5, 2-0 HMS. Back in a minute on Q102 and ExploreKaboji.com.
Mean to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest, member FDIC.
Are you paying too much for internet service? It's time to cut the wires. Cut the charges. IGL Teleconnect is your local internet provider. No contracts, no hidden fees, no equipment rental, and no confusing packages for just $40 a month. IGL Teleconnect, we put you first.
Insurance is all about relationships. It's built on trust and getting to know our clients. We want to know about you.
We try to sell more than just a policy. In essence, we're selling ourselves, and in that regard, I feel we have a very good product.
You might say, well, everybody has people, but we have people. And we have people who love their jobs and are passionate about what they do.
The producer or the accounting department or the receptionist at the desk, they want to see that customer taken care of.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads South O'Brien 2-0 in War Eagle Conference baseball here on Q102. Also video streaming tonight via ExploreKaboji.com under the Sports tab, or you can watch at Explore Kaboji on Facebook or YouTube, or with the CF Video channel. If you have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, download the free CF Video channel or app, and you can watch us on your Fire Stick or your Roku for free. Dawson Skipoff, the number 3 batter playing out in center field, will lead things off for HMS. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI triple and a run scored in the 3rd and a single to center in the 1st. And he's facing Pete Botchin, who came in relief last inning of Jet Keith. This is going to be hit toward short, snagged by Keith. Can he get it to first? Not in time. High throw, and getting there safely is Skipoff. Now, Scott Nolte, I'm going to leave the scoring to you.
That's going to be an E6.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I believe that is just the first error of the game for South O'Brien, actually.
You know, Dawson's fast, but a good throw, a lower throw, and he's got him.
Absolutely. Because it was a good snag by Keith. Here's Jacob Cates. No outs, runner at first. It'll be a high throw, and down to second and safely will be Skipoff. Give him a stolen base. Ball was there in time, a little off the mark of the glove of Caden Lusher.
Good jump by Dawson.
So now a runner in scoring position here for Cates, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single to left. 1-0 count here to Cates. And Botchin will fire home. Stays inside and high, 2-0 to Jacob Cates.
Skip-off is just dancing out there, trying to get the attention of Botchin.
He's got speed.
Yeah.
He's got very good speed. 2-0 to Cates.
He's got a decent-sized lead.
And nobody out. Swing and a miss, big cut behind it there, now 2-1. For South O'Brien, they'll go to Sheldon for non-conference play on Thursday, and then they get to go to Remsen St. Mary's on Friday. 3-1 to Cates. The pitch swung on towards short, scooped up. They were going to have to make the throw to first, and it's off the line, and everybody's going to be safe. Skip-off just ran right by Jet Keith, and there was no play over at third because Steffens kind of had to go for the play as well. I got to go E6 again, Scott, because a high throw.
Yeah.
Or off the mark throw, I guess I should say. So a couple of errors put runners at the corners for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. Nobody out for Sam Hine, the pitcher who can help his own cause in a 2-0 ballgame. Well, HMS has definitely left enough base runners. They've stranded 6 in the contest. South O'Brien has stranded 7.
Tessum comes back into courtesy run for Cates.
Okay, so Tessum at first, Skip-off at third. And first pitch in there for a strike to Hine, and they're not even going to throw down to second as Tessum gets down there on that catcher indifference.
Yep. Well, now second and third here for HMS, bottom of the 5th. They lead 2-0, but chance to get some insurance runs late in the ball game.
And theoretically could even try a little small ball if you really felt like Hine could do it. This one's going to be popped up, right side, foul territory, giving chase. First baseman Brock Riedemann makes the catch for out number 1.
That's really good concentration by Riedemann at first. That
got
one
over the bag.
Yeah, over the bag. It's kind of tailing towards the fence line, and nice play there at first in foul territory.
Trenton Volink now for HMS. Walked and had an infield single in the 4th. Still runners at second and third with 1 out. First pitch on the way. Outside. Catching the corner, though, for strike 1.
Botchin has done a pretty good job since coming in relief of Jet Keith. His defense here this inning hasn't helped him much, but he's pitched out of some trouble before.
The pitch. Ooh, got him to chase that one, too, and it's now 0-2. If you're Volink, all you need to really do here is put it in play on the right side, or the right side of the infield. Now, South O'Brien does have the infield playing in.
Yeah, they're in.
But put it in play. The pitch, swing and a miss. There is strikeout number 1 for Pete Botchin. Comes at a good time for him, as that's the second out of the inning. And now Ben Hawk reached on a fielder's choice and had a single in the 4th. And HMS needs another hit here, Scott. Only a 2-0 ball game.
Well, both these runners were second and third with nobody out.
So Botchin delivers. This one's going to be swung on and hit into center field. And coming in to make the play is Micah Davis for out number 3. Wow, South O'Brien defensively gets out of the jam after committing some errors. No runs and no hits, a couple of errors by HMS, couple left on base. And we have played 5.5, 2-0 HMS. Back in a minute, Q102.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
We go to the bottom of the sixth, or top of the sixth, I should say. And for South O'Brien, they will lead things off with number 25, Brock Riedemann, the first baseman, followed by Caden Steffens, the third baseman, and Wilson Milan, the left fielder. Riedemann 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, still facing Sam Hine on the mound here into the sixth inning. Swung on, hit up the middle for a base hit to start things off for South O'Brien.
For South O'Brien, that is their first hit since the second inning.
Third hit of the ball. So, leadoff single for the Wolverines, and Riedemann is not going to run.
No, they're going to have a pinch runner here.
And this will be, let's see.
Turn around. Three.
Boston Riedemann.
Okay.
So, that's easy enough to remember.
Sure is. Softball, are they still playing, or did that just get over?
See if we can't get a final there.
Seems like I still see some people walking away from it.
Still see some people, though, out there, though. So perhaps HMS has made a game out of that.
Right, because that was in the seventh last time we brought that score. Here it's 2-0 on the baseball diamond in the sixth inning, HMS leading.
Caden Steffens is going to show bunt. Now we'll pick up the bat, swing and a miss, strike one. So nobody out, runner at first in Boston Riedemann. And 0-1 to Caden Steffens. Walked in the second, struck out in the fourth. 0-1 here to Steffens. Swing and a miss, strike two. South O'Brien trailing HMS 2-0 in War Eagle Conference baseball, top of the sixth. It's just 2-0 HMS, but both teams have stranded a lot of base runners. And an 0-2 pitch coming up here to Steffens. Right down the pipe.
Wow.
Strike three.
Beautiful pitch by Sam Hine, who's still in there for the HMS Hawks. What a night for him on the mound. 10 double-digit strikeouts now for him. Wow.
And he's had 2 strikeouts at least in the past 3 innings. Now Wilson Milan, left fielder. Still a runner at first in Riedemann with 1 out. Milan 0 for 2, fielder's choice, and a strikeout.
Scoreboard's having some issues today.
Now it comes back. First pitch, stays high, ball 1.
Scoreboard's tired after Memorial Weekend.
Yeah, it is. So South O'Brien exploded there in the top of the 7th. They now lead 9-2 in softball.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that was a big inning for the Wolverines there. It was a close game prior to that, 4-2 going into it. 1-0, fouled off. And it'll be 1-1 to Wilson Milan.
So are they still playing, or is that the
It's bottom of the 7th now.
Okay.
Wilson Milan, a senior for South O'Brien, 3.08 average. They would love to see him just find some grass and put another base runner on, the tying runner on. The pitch outside, 2 balls and a strike to Wilson Milan. Thanks to Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, State Farm Insurance agent Scott Troutman, and United Community Bank for sponsoring our broadcast. 2-1 to Wilson Milan. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. A high fastball got him to chase.
Sam's still bringing it.
He's been rock solid so far.
He has.
And it really felt like after the first couple of innings, he got stronger.
I would agree, yeah.
He struggled, especially in that second inning. The pitch, ooh, and he gets him to chase another high one. Well, I think he thought maybe that was going to be one of those breaking balls. Strikeout number 11 for Sam Hine.
Back-to-back strikeouts this inning.
Caden Lusher now for South O'Brien. Still a runner at first in a 2-0 ball game. HMS with the lead here, top of the 6th. And 2 outs here for Lusher, who's walked a couple of times tonight. In fact, Lusher has 2 of the 3 walks issued by Sam Hine this evening. Good size lead yet over at first by Riedemann. It'll take a little time here. Now steps back into the batter's box. Hine gets set and delivers. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Lusher. We mentioned South O'Brien's week progressively perhaps gets harder as they will finish with Remsen St. Mary's. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn gets Trinity at home tomorrow, then off to Granville on Friday to take on a good Galen Catholic team, so not a whole lot easier. The pitch, no, misses for a ball, and it'll be 1-1 here to Lusher. And you mentioned, I think, St. Mary's and Galen tonight were
yeah, they're
battle.
playing tonight, yeah. Having a hard time remembering that today is Tuesday.
It's not going to be easy this week.
Right.
It'll be easy from the perspective that it'll be quick, but everything gets condensed.
Yeah.
1-1. Another big cut. Now 1-2 to Lusher. And he's just behind that one.
A chance for Sam Hine and the HMS Hawks to strike out the side here. Leading 2-0 in the top of the 6th.
Hine looks home and now gets set. Throws home. Ooh, and just got a piece of it the last second there to Lusher.
Lusher's like, that's that pitch. I've
got to go.
I got to swing on it. It's going to drop in. And he just kept alive. Hine has kind of been altering.
He has.
And so I wonder if he's going to come with some speed here.
1-2. High. 2-2. Thought he could maybe get him to chase a high one again. He lays off this time around.
Let's see if he goes back to off speed as he went fastball last time.
2-2. Here's the pitch. There's that breaking ball again, and just getting a piece, golfing it off is Lusher. End of 4 in baseball in the War Eagle Conference. Number 2 Remsen St. Mary's 6, Galen Catholic 3. Each team got a run across in their half of the 4th inning.
Okay. Good game over there.
And what a run for Remsen St. Mary's in boys sports. I mean, Galen Catholic was the projected state basketball team in boys in 1A from that sub-state. And Remsen gets them.
Yeah.
They're really good. Swing and a miss. There is strikeout number 12 from Sam Hine. And it ends the half of the inning. South O'Brien, no runs on a hit, no HMS errors, 1 left on. We've played 5.5, 2-0 HMS back in 30 seconds on Q102.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
A smile reflects your personality, self-confidence, joy, and is the first thing people notice when they see you. Trust the professionals at Van Hofwagen and Munter Family Dentistry to improve and maintain your dental health. Call them at 728-2230 or go to SpencerDentist.com. Van Hofwagen and Munter Family Dentistry in Hartley and Spencer, proud to support our local athletes.
Smellick Law Office in Hartley is proud to stand behind the Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn athletes and students. Smellick Law Office will stand behind you as well. Smellick Law Office in Hartley. Go Hawks!
JCC is trailing 8-1.
The bottom of the 6th, and Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leads South O'Brien 2-0. And for the Hawks, it'll be Nick Bronstad leading things off, swing and a miss, strike 1. Bronstad 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fielder's choice tonight. 8-9-1 batters, Bronstad, Keith DeBoer, Keaton Graves. And Hawks leading 2-0. And the 0-1 pitch. Low, 1-1 now to Bronstad.
You got Pete Botchin back on the mound for South O'Brien. Done a nice job keeping the Wolverines in this contest.
Swing and a miss.
HMS has had their chances the last couple of innings. They left 3 on base in the 4th and 2 on base in the 5th.
1-2 to Bronstad. Yeah, and both teams, that's been an issue tonight. Swing and a miss, now 2-2.
No, that's actually
strike three. Excuse me. Yeah, strike 3. So that'll be strikeout number 2 for Botchin.
Looks like softball's over.
And I believe 9-2 was the final there. We'll confirm that.
Okay.
Here's the number 9 batter, Keith DeBoer for the Hawks. Leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th in baseball. That one's foul back for strike 1.
Just underneath the press box area. Jet Keith got the start for South O'Brien, gave up 2 runs, and then Pete Botchin has come in the 4th inning, and he has
done well.
He's done well.
The 0-1 popped up out of play. Let's send kids running. 0-2 now to Keith DeBoer. Reached on a single to the center field and also on a walk.
It'll be interesting in the 7th inning where Sam Hine is for the pitch count.
Yeah.
And if he can pitch or how many.
And he'll chase out a high one, and there's strikeout number 3 for Botchin and out number 2 for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn here, bottom of the 6th. Now top of the order for Keaton Graves with nobody on for the Hawks. Now you'll see a big crowd here for the finish of this baseball contest.
Yes, you will.
With softball finishing up.
But baseball right on pace. I mean, we go to the 7th inning
Doing
next.
very well. First pitch on the way, swung on, hit into left field, and it'll be in foul territory. 0-1 to Keaton Graves. Keaton tonight reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd and scored a run, flew out to left in the 4th, and had an infield single in the 1st. All hit to that left side of the infield, or outfield for that matter. 0-1. And here comes the pitch. Outside, caught the corner. 0-2 now to Graves. Nobody on, 2 outs for the Hawks. Bottom of the 6th. They lead 2-0. And the 0-2. That one's going to be chased towards short. Picked up by Jet Keith. Over to first in time.
Wow, that was a slow dribbler, too. A nice throw by Jet Keith. Excellent stretch by Brock Riedemann at first.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Still 2-0 HMS. We go to the top of the 7th after this on Q 102.
Hut Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park.
Northwest Bank is top notch. You may be a one-time customer, you may be a lifetime customer, but they're always going to look out for you and take care of you.
Northwest Bank has the ability to help you do what you need to have done with your mortgage.
To me, probably the number one thing is their ability to get the job done.
Easy to work with, explain things very well, people that you trust and people that you see every day. That type of skill and knowledge sitting behind that desk when you're coming to sign those papers is very important.
I've always trusted Northwest Bank, and I definitely trust them with the biggest purchase we've ever made.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
7th inning, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn leading South O'Brien 2-0 in Hartley at Peterson Field. Jason Jacobs with Scott Nolte, Tim Soper on the video engineering at ExploreKaboji.com, and Michael running things back at Mission Control in Spirit Lake. South O'Brien, 9-1-2 batters, and this is Tyson Wolf, and he hits it into center field. giving chase, skip off.
He can't find it.
Can't find the ball.
Had no idea where it was.
Wolf will get into second. And got to give him a double.
Skip-off had no idea. About halfway through, he held his hands up. I have no idea.
I thought he had it. I got to be honest with you. I thought he had it. I thought he had it. Because, you know, he kind of held up and it looked like, okay, maybe he's underneath of it. So a double.
Double, yeah.
Fourth hit of the ball game for South O'Brien. There's the lead runner in scoring position. Now tying run comes to the plate in Pete Botchin. And let's see, he's 0 for 2, I believe. He was hit by a pitch tonight.
Yes.
And he tries to bunt and just gets a piece of that when it goes foul. 0-1 to Botchin. So here again, Hine working from the stretch for HMS. South O'Brien has gotten this leadoff runner on several times tonight. So far, they've stranded 8 base runners in the contest. They had the bases loaded at one point. 0-1 here with the base runner at second. And the pitch. There's the bunt.
Beautiful.
Hine will pick it up. He'll go to first. Only play he's got will get the lead runner at first. So give a sacrifice bunt to Botchin. It'll be a 1-4 putout for out number 1. Puts the runner down at third for Micah Davis. 1 for 2. Reached on an error as well tonight and had a single to right. Struck out as well in the 5th. So base hit here would put South O'Brien on the board. It's 2-0 HMS here, top of the 7th.
That was a beautiful bunt by
Very
Botchin.
nicely done. And that's going to be high ball 1 to Micah Davis.
Well, things are getting interesting here in the top of the 7th.
I really kind of thought it would be.
Yeah, 2-0 ball game. Great game tonight.
Absolutely.
HMS leading 2-0.
The 1-0. Hit
That's
towards first, and scooping it up is Bronstead. He'll make the play over at first. Does not have a play at home. So scoring will be Wolf. South O'Brien is on the board. Given RBI and basically a 1 unassisted putout.
HMS would trade out for a run there.
I would agree. Now it's 2 outs. Bases are cleared for Jet Keith. He's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. 2-1 HMS here, top of the 7th. Again, 2 outs. And the first pitch to Jet Keith is in there for a strike. And now if you're Sam Hine, you say, let's just focus on getting one more and getting out of here with a win.
Yeah.
Hine taking a little more time here. Winds up and delivers. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Keith there. Now 0-2.
And now South O'Brien down to their last strike. They trail 2-1 right now. Top of the 7th with nobody on and 2 out.
Hine winds up. The 0-2. Popped up. Right side. Goes into the outfield. And unable to make the catch is Ben Hawk. He gave chase. He was having to look basically behind him to try to catch that on the run. And it pops out of his glove, I think, Scott. And
okay.
I think you got to go E4.
Yeah.
Because it popped out of his glove. Keith will be at first for South O'Brien with 2 outs. That's the tying run at first. The go-ahead run is Dane Mormon, the catcher. And now a little conference between Sam Hine and the catcher, Jacob Cates, because Mormon is the dangerous hitter for South O'Brien. He's 1 for 3 tonight with a single to left. Also struck out and popped up to the shortstop. So can Hine get out of the jam here? Keith over at first with a big lead. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 HMS if you're just joining us. And the first pitch, swung on, hit towards third. Scooped up, can they go to second in time? They do, and that's the force out, the 3rd out of the inning, and the ball game is over. Graves to Hawk to end the ball game. Technically, Mormon reaches on a fielder's choice, and the ball game is over. For South O'Brien, they get a run on one hit. I have one HMS error, and we have one left on. Final
And
score, 2-1 HMS.
What a game, JJ. 1 hour, 51 minutes.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so great game and a great win for HMS on their home field.
South O'Brien falling to 2-3 on the year. And I'm not 100% sure if this was a conference game or not. Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn improving to 3-1 on the season. Well, that is our broadcast here as far as the game is concerned. Post-game show, though, is on the way, brought to you by the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake, courtesy of Dr. Norland and Dr. Cornwall, back in 3 minutes on Q102 and ExploreKabochi.com.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Support your local community and independently owned Hartley Hometown Pharmacy. Shopping locally at Hartley Hometown Pharmacy means keeping the money in the community with tax income and supporting the local workforce and suppliers. Hartley Hometown Pharmacy, located at Fiesta Foods in Hartley.
A smile reflects your personality, self-confidence, joy, and is the first thing people notice when they see you. Trust the professionals at Van Hopwagen and Munter Family Dentistry to improve and maintain your dental health. Call them at 728-2230 or go to SpencerDentist.com. Van Hopwagen and Munter Family Dentistry in Hartley and Spencer, proud to support our local athletes. When it comes to heavy jobs and major projects, turn to the pros at Raveling Incorporated in Melvin. They have powerful hydraulic cranes to give you the lift you need, with cranes from 30 to 300 tons with 320-foot tip height. Raveling also has forklifts, industrial and heavy equipment movers with specialized trailers. Call 712-736-2596 for service in Esterville, Emmitsburg, Algona, Spencer, and Storm Lake areas. Call Rick at 712-209-0190. Raveling Incorporated, serving the area for 41 years, Melvin, Iowa.
Smellick Law Office in Hartley is proud to stand behind the Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn athletes and students. Smellick Law Office will stand behind you as well. Smellick Law Office in Hartley. Go Hawks!
For the freshest meat selection and best value in the area, head to Fiesta Foods in Hartley. Go to fiestafoodshartley.com and click on register. There you can sign up to have a weekly ad and box beef prices emailed directly to you. Find the best cuts of quality meat at Fiesta Foods in Hartley and fiestafoodshartley.com.
Your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is making lives easier, healthier, and happier. Check out Hy-Vee.com and find meal solutions, recipes, your weekly ad, and the latest edition of Seasons. Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is a proud supporter of all students, wishing them a good year academically and athletically.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm and Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
The post-game show on Q102 and the video stream at ExploreKabochi.com is sponsored by the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake. And the Eye Care Center of Spirit Lake is courtesy of Dr. Norland and Dr. Cornwall. Final in this War Eagle Conference baseball matchup, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn 2, South O'Brien 1. The Wolverines won the softball matchup this evening 9-2. If you missed that earlier, and for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn, Sam Hine gets the win on the mound. He gives up 1 run on 4 hits, strikes out 12, walks 3, hits a couple of batters as well. A very good outing for Sam Hine on the mound. And for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn offensively tonight, Keaton Graves 1 for 4 with the runs scored. Dawson Skipoff 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI. He had a good night at the plate. Jacob Cates 1 for 3 with an RBI. Trenton Volink 1 for 2 with a walk. Ben Hawk 1 for 2 tonight, or 1 for 3 tonight. And Keith DeBoer was 1 for 2 with a walk as well for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn. The losing pitcher was Jet Keith. He pitched the first 3 1/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, couple of runs, struck out 3, walked 2. Didn't do a bad job. Keith Botchin relieved him, pitched the final 2 2/3 innings, struck out 4, walked none, gave up no runs or no hits. So he had a good outing in relief for South O'Brien as well. Offensively for the Wolverines, there just wasn't a whole lot tonight. They strung together some hits, but they couldn't keep the momentum going when they would get 1 or 2 guys on. They had Micah Davis 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI. Let's see, Dane Moorman was 1 for 4. Brock Friedemann 1 for 3. Caden Steffens 1 for 2. I had Caden Lusher with a couple of walks, and Tyson Wolf was 1 for 3. He scored the run for South O'Brien in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, you're right. They just couldn't get any hits together. South O'Brien had some chances. I had them stranding 9 on base. I had Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn stranding 8 on base. So each team had their chances. It was just a great pitching performance by Sam Hine tonight that proved to be the difference. And the Hawks, wow, they used him to their advantage.
Well, you can tell for Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn and for South O'Brien too, but for HMS tonight, I could tell some of these guys, they've been out here for 2-3 years, and they really are starting to show that. They're comfortable out there playing baseball. They went through a year or two where they, really just did not look comfortable on any level. And so for them to get to that point where, they're comfortable, that they've got to be happy with that. Up next for South O'Brien, they are going to go to Sheldon on Thursday and then go to Remsen St. Mary's on Friday. And for HMS, the upcoming schedule is home to Trinity Christian tomorrow, at Galen Catholic on Friday. So both teams with a big matchup to end the week at the very least. And we're going to bring in HMS head coach Jeremy Gloden here in a moment. Next week, we're going to have HMS softball on the air down at Hinton on Wednesday here on Q102 at 7. That's going to be radio only on Wednesday, so take note of that.
That'll be fun.
I can't run the video and do the radio by myself.
And harass your sister.
And harass my sister. That's not all capable at one time.
Right.
So, but we're looking forward to that. Coach, we'll let you snag a headset here and get comfortable here, and looking forward to bringing you on here this evening in the broadcast from the postgame show with Drs. Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. 2-1, HMS gets the win over South O'Brien, and HMS head coach Jeremy Gloden joins us. Congrats on a nice win here tonight.
Thanks. We made it interesting there in that last inning, but give South O'Brien a lot of credit. They're a scrappy team. They never give up. Looking at their scores last week, I knew this was going to be a battle until that final out, and Coach Peterson does a great job with those guys, and being a former coach over there, I know a lot of those guys, so no, it was a good win, and our guys, played hard to the end.
Let's talk about your pitcher's performance tonight in particular. Sam Hine really got things cooking midway through that, second inning, and then things really got going in the third and fourth inning, and that breaking ball was really working for him this evening.
And that's his key. The Sheldon game was the same thing. He struggled early on, but then when that breaking ball, he kind of came in there, and tonight was the same thing. That curveball was really working. That's kind of his pitch, and he's just a competitor. He battles. Coming into last year, he was kind of an unknown, hadn't really pitched a whole lot, but he really came on last year, and this year he's been ready to roll right away, and he's now 2-0, and he's pitched 2 really, really awesome ball games.
And your defense did a nice job of backing him up this evening as well.
Yeah, and those coming into the season, those are my 2, key points were our defense and our pitching. I knew those were going to be strong. It just was a matter of could we score enough runs, put enough balls in play, and luckily tonight we were able to scratch out just enough.
That is probably the one area I'm sure you're still working on. But that said, year to year, we're seeing improvement at the plate for your squad, and I think some of that has to be just the fact that you got guys that are probably more comfortable playing varsity baseball now after a couple of years under their belt.
Exactly, and with 8 guys coming back, you can just see there's more confidence, there's more, just familiarity and just comfort, and we've, really been working a lot with our hitting and just putting balls in play, and guys are really coming alive. I know tonight it was really good to see Dawson, hit that ball hard. he's, a kid that, hit, I think, 320 his sophomore year, and then last year dropped to about 180. And it was, what am I doing wrong? What's going on? But, just working with him a lot in the offseason, he put a ton of time in, and it's just, I'm glad to see that it's working for him.
Busy week for you on a short week, but you have Trinity Christian tomorrow. What do you know about the Tigers?
I know they're, I think, 0-2, but again, a team that, is young. They had, they graduated a bunch of seniors last year that had played for 3, 4, 5 years even, and they could just hit the ball. And I know they've got a Quaker kid that is a really good pitcher. Kind of hoping he threw tonight against HLP, but we'll kind of see. They're always well coached, and they lost to South O'Brien 8-7. So I'm expecting another barn burner, and we've got Jordan going to be on the mound. Another one of that 1-2 punch for us. So looking forward to that and just getting back after it.
And then on Friday, you get to end with a nice challenge down at Galen Catholic, who always has a nice program down there.
Yeah, and it's fun for me because, we're playing in Granville, and that's where I grew up.
Awesome.
That's where I grew up, and that's where I played and spent a lot of time at that field. So I'm excited to get to take my team there again. It's always fun. And, Galen, they've got a really, really, really good team, so that'll be a tough test for us. But right now, I just told our guys, enjoy this one, and tomorrow morning when they wake up, our focus is Trinity.
Congrats on a nice start to the year, now 3-1 on the season, and best of luck the rest of the week.
Thank you. Thanks for covering us, and go Hawks.
We'll see you down the road. HMS head baseball coach Jeremy Gloden joining us here on the postgame show from Doctors Norland Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. Thanks again for your time, Coach. Really appreciate that. Scott, we'll bring you in here for some final thoughts before we wrap things up.
Yeah, just a fantastic game for both squads and a fantastic pitching performance tonight by Sam Hine. Really had great control. And then sometimes when maybe the defense didn't help him out or he maybe got a little wild at times, I thought he did a nice job of responding.
Yes.
And
yes.
And pitched out of trouble and really did a great job. 12 strikeouts, just 3 walks, just a fantastic performance.
Senior on the mound is what you could tell tonight.
Yes,
you could
for
really
sure.
tell that. So
for sure. Great win, great ball game, and looking forward to some great things from both these squads.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to that. Again, check out the full sports schedule anytime at explorecabogie.com. Next week, we've got HMS Hinton softball, and then we will have HMS baseball later this month at home against Terrace Lake Park. We're actually going to have a baseball-softball doubleheader. We're going to do the softball on the video stream at explorecabogie.com with HMS and HLP, and the baseball side will be here on Q102 that night, which is really exciting that we get to cover both games. Thank you, technology, for allowing us to do that. We've had fun on the video stream here tonight with Tim.
Nice job,
doing
Tim.
a great job. And thanks as well to Michael, always a rock star back at Q102 Mission Control in Spirit Lake. The final in this one, Hartley-Melvin-Sanborn 2, South O'Brien 1. My friend, it's always good to call a ball game with you.
Had a lot of fun, and what a great night to do it in, and what a great way to kick off the month of June.
Absolutely. We'll have more baseball again and softball throughout the rest of the week. And again, check out that schedule at explorecabogie.com. For Scott Nolte, I'm Jason Jacobs. Good night from Peterson Field in Hartley.